Hi guys, Ann here, and today we have another, I don't know what you want to call it, because I'm sitting in my truck, so it's not a coffee talk, it's just a sit down, it's not a vlog, I don't know what it is. I don't know, I have you a little crooked because when I do this, if I straighten you out, is that, you see right there? I don't know. And then there's Lexi's car right there. Anywho, I'm kind of further out in my yard than I normally am because you know that tree's over there, so I'm like at my neighbor, so I'm trying to show, you know, I'm not trying to show too much for privacy reasons. But I figured we haven't really drove in my truck and it's getting late. It is, I thought I had my, I could turn the car on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Tell you what time it is. Give me a second. It is 4:09. The seat automatically goes back. So one thing I like about this truck is when you turn it on, the steering wheel, the seat automatically goes forward and the steering wheel comes at you like this. And then when you turn it off, the seat goes back and the steering wheel goes, back. It's just so, I love it. Anyway, I figured we have a lot to talk about. I haven't vlogged for a while. Let's talk about over the weekend. Today's Tuesday when I'm filming. So, I don't know if I had some food poisoning or the stomach bug. I don't know what the hell I had. So, let me tell you what happened. I was fine on Friday. I remember I said I was going on a date and everything, which I did go. I don't know what happened. It said connecting phone and all that stuff, so I just had to open the door and close it. I'm not tech savvy. Anyway, because my potatoes were starting to go bad when I went grocery shopping. Not like, they weren't growing the sprouts and all of that, but I had it for a while. And I'm like, what can I do with these potatoes that, so I was like, I'll just make some potato salad. I love me some potato salad, especially like the next day. Oh my God. I could just eat that in the morning with my coffee. I know. Anyway, but Saturday night, so I was supposed to go out to eat and everything, and I was all ready to go, already. And then I started feeling like my upper stomach started hurting, and I started breaking out in a sweat. I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. And I almost went, I was getting in my car, and I'm like, oh, this is not a good feeling. I felt like I had to go to the bathroom, like a number two. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. This is too new of a relationship,
Well, this is way too much information.
So I called him and I canceled. I was like, look, can we do brunch on Sunday? And he was like, absolutely. Okay, sorry about that. My daughter called me and she called me back to back, so I thought something is important. Anyway, it's like, where are you at? I see the truck's there, I don't know. I don't know where I was at. So I was like, can we just go, like brunch or something? He's like, absolutely. And so Saturday night was terrible. Oh my God, I was in the bathroom like all night. And when I tell you, the cramps were worse than like labor pains, okay?
Too much talking, 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 too much talking.
I mean, it was bad.
This sounds like way too much information.
And I'm like, what is it? Is it a stomach bug? What is it? Finally, about, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I fell asleep, okay? And then I woke up and I still wasn't feeling so good. I had a little cramps, but I wasn't like running to the bathroom or anything. We went out to eat at this place, where I live in the city that I live. I wanted to be close to home just in case. And it's like a lunch, like mom pops thing. And, that was it. We were only out for a couple hours and then I left. He could tell I wasn't feeling good because I wasn't the same, he knew. But I just didn't want to cancel, and I wanted to go out with him because, it was a minute since I physically seen him. And then I don't know what happened. I only had like a what do you call it? A turkey melt, but I didn't even eat all of it. I brought most of it home because I was scared to eat it. And I again, run into the bathroom and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? So then Monday, I put a community post yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling better, all of this. But then around 11 o'clock in the morning, I started getting those stomach cramps, like up top in your stomach, and I'm like, what the heck?
Please don't. I can't, babes. I don't want to know.
I know it's TMI, but this is what I'm saying. I don't know if it's food poisoning or a stomach bug or what have you. And then this morning, once I woke up, a little crampy, but nothing, like I feel a lot better, as you can say. I have some makeup on. I filmed a video. Oh, I filmed a video on this look on my beauty channel. If it's up yet or whatever, I'll link my beauty channel down below. Will it be either up tonight or tomorrow? Or maybe it's already up. I don't know. And so that was that. So that's why I haven't been vlogging. That was terrible. So I haven't even ate the potato salad again. I'm getting ready to throw it out because I'm scared to test it and see, was it the potato salad, or is it just a stomach bug that I got? Do you know what I mean? Nobody else in my house is sick, but nobody ate the potato salad. So it's like, should I try it again and see? But then I don't want to be sick again. You know what I mean? So that was that. I don't know what else could it be, because the salad dressing, like the mayonnaise and stuff, was good. Miracle Whip and everything, like it wasn't out of date. I don't know. That was terrible, guys. Now I know, like, when my friend had food poisoning and all that, like, you know, because I had food poisoning, but it was many, many, many years ago. And I'll tell you what, it all came back to me. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I really, really don't. That was terrible. You can't say I'm full of shit anymore. I mean, maybe you could, but I know, TMI. But I'm telling you, that was bad. And I'm like, I felt so bad. Like, I didn't want to cancel. I didn't want to cancel. And so anyway, like I told them, we'll go out. So I don't know if we're going to go out tomorrow, Wednesday, or this weekend again, and really go out and kind of like spend the whole day, you know. And I don't know, he just seems so nice, you know, my Target guy. He really does. He's so understanding and not a jealous person, and, you know, always texts me, are you okay? And you can tell he really cares, and that means a lot to me. Do you know what I mean? I never had that before. I mean, sure, like with my ex-husband, right? Like when I was sick and everything, he was always right there, like if I was in the hospital or something like that. But, you know, I never had anybody like lay in bed with me and hold me when I wasn't feeling good, or, you know, just saying it's going to be okay, you know, anything like that. I never had that. You know, my ex-husband, he would go get medicine and everything that I needed, all these herbal teas and all of that he was into. But like he always would, you know. But it wasn't that compassion, that loving that I like, that, you know, that I'm not used to. Does that make sense? It's a different type of, I don't know how to explain it, that I like. I'm not used to, and it's different, and I like it. So that's really all that's been going on. I still don't have my tree up, and I'm not going to. I'm like, I haven't put my tree up yet. I'm not going to. The time I put my tree up and then take it down and all of that, and, you know, I'm not one of those ones to wait to January 1st or January, because you know how I am. Once it's over, I want my tree, I want my living room back to the way it is. I want it clean. I want to vacuum. I want to shampoo, you know, I want to do all that. So usually Christmas Day, when my kids were little, after they opened up their presents, and then like my mom and them and all of them, like, you know, after they left, I'm looking at this squirrel in the tree. That usually Christmas night, the tree came right down. But I do enjoy looking at the lights and stuff. I really do. So let's talk about this school shooting that happened. The girl was 15 years old. She was believed to be 17, but now that she was 15. Okay. I think as of right now, as I'm filming, like 2 passed. I don't know how many are in critical condition, like 30 injured. Like, it's terrible. It was a teacher and a 2nd grader. And, oh, it breaks my heart. Or I don't know if, I know there was a 2nd grader, the one that called the police. But what is going on with this? What is going on with this younger generation? A lot of this younger generation now has mental illness. And it wasn't a thing when I was growing up. And maybe there was mental illness, but it wasn't all these, this is ADHD or ADD, bipolar, this, all this medicine. You just, you know, go outside and play. Now, was that handled right? No, of course not. But it was nothing like it is now. And I'm not saying people don't have that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think social media has really affected these children, especially children that have mental illness, depression, or what have you. Really. And this music. And when Isaiah got Facebook, I think Isaiah was about 14 or 15. And he had it under my email, you know, like, one of my emails, not one of the email, and it doesn't matter. And he didn't know that I could see everything. Okay. And I wasn't going to tell him either. Now, did I look every day? No. But did I sometimes look and see, is he doing the right thing? Yes, absolutely. Listen, you know how these kids say, I hear mothers all the time say, well, my kids need their privacy, or I give it, what privacy? No kid living in your house ever deserves to have some privacy. Now, some privacy I understand, but we are still the parents. And a lot of times what I'm saying is the parents don't know what's going on in these kids' lives anymore. You don't know what these kids are texting, what they're doing. Are they showing their breasts or what have you, pictures, sending pictures, new pictures they shouldn't have? Are these, like, what is going on? How are these young kids getting a hold of guns? Listen, you know me. I believe in guns. I believe every family should own a gun. You know that, for protection. As long as you pass do what you have to do. Okay? I believe that. Everybody should feel safe in their own home. But you lock it up. Now, in my house, right, there's 4 adults. Their guns are still locked up. Now, I have one in my room that I keep right in my nightstand that's not locked up. And I'm on the 3rd floor. Nobody goes up there. But other than that, those guns are locked up. It breaks my heart because 15 is a baby. And to me, what is going on with a 15-year-old, even a 17-year-old? What is going on? I mean, there was a 14-year-old that was shooting. What is going on in their life that they are so angry? It's anger that they are taking a gun and going to these schools. Is it social media that they want to be popular and they want their name out there? Is it, that they want to hurt somebody because they're hurting? But I'm sorry, the parents should be at fault. I know I have an unpopular opinion. I'm not saying the parents should go to jail and all that, but they failed their kids. And there's so many people that say, well, the parents didn't do it. Yeah, but at that age, you should know what your kids are up to. You should know where your kids are every single minute of the day. Now, I understand if you drop them off at school, the school bus picks them up, and let's say they leave school and the school didn't notify you, and then they're out doing something. Okay, then that's the school's fault. Not, you think they're at school. Like, I get that. But I'm sorry, but when there's a kid that's that affected or something that's going on, you cannot tell me you don't notice that at home. There's no signs. Why aren't these parents checking the kids' rooms anymore? Why? Let's keep it 100. Remember when I told you that I deep cleaned Lexi's room? Now, I wanted to use my new shampoo because she had spilled something on the floor. Remember I told you? And then I start going in a deep clean. But I also did that. I want to see what the hell did she hide in anything? Now, not like personal because she's 24. But are there razors? Is she cutting herself? If she's doing anything, is there something that I need to be more aware of? Are there drugs? Are there, anything that I see that I should be looking at? Are there pills? What is it? And that's another reason, because I had people say, oh, your daughter's 24. She should be. No. That's another way you can use an excuse to check your children's room. I'm just not going to blast it and say it, but that's the truth. I want to make sure my child is okay. Now, once she moves out, hey, but when you're in my house, that's still my house. It's mind-boggling to me that we're not aware of what our kids are, not all of us, I'm just talking in general, that some of us aren't aware. And I also think nowadays what's going on is kids are too pressured. And I'm not talking about school shooting, just in general. I think the parents are letting the stressing the kids out. Listen, let me share your story. I remember, now Lexi was 11 or 12 years old, we were still living in the apartments and the projects and stuff. And I was taking Lexi school shopping. And I've always took my kids to get like pants and everything, like at Walmart or JCPenney or in Kmart was still there and all that type of stuff. And then the shirts, like my boys, like if they had Nike or what, we went to the mall. But jeans are jeans, right? And so Lexi says, I was so embarrassed. She goes, I'm not buying anything here for school. She goes, this is for poor people. And And these parents, they were looking at me, right? And I was so embarrassed. And I said, what did you say? And she repeated herself. She said, these are for poor people. I said, Lexi, what the hell do you think we are? She goes, we're middle class. I about died. Okay, then I had to put Lexi in her place. But that just shows right there that, see, even though we were living in the projects, okay, I had that bad car accident and different things like that. So I wasn't really working at that time or anything like that. And it's like, the kids didn't even know. They'll tell you now, we didn't know we were poor. Because I never had my kids stress, like, I don't have money for this, we don't have money for that. When I couldn't do Christmas, I've told you, I shared stories that I didn't even put the tree up, like when the kids were young, like or the kids woke up with no Christmas, because they really believed me. I didn't tell them it's because I didn't have any money. I told them because Santa Claus is doing this, this, this. And when they got older and didn't believe it's Santa Claus, then I was just like, well, let's go help this. Let's do, or what have you. And then when they got to be like teenagers and stuff, I kept it real with them, but never stress. I said, well, the bills needs to be paid. Would you rather have food in your stomach or this? But they never knew I was struggling or if my account was overdrawn or if something happened. Never. Even to this day, my kids don't know anything about any YouTube drama. They really don't. To a point. Like, they don't. They know nothing. I don't talk about YouTube around my kids. And if I'm like doing like the walkie-talkie, I call it, and one of my kids come down the stairs, I immediately stop talking. They know nothing about any online drama. Nothing. They don't know any about my friends, nothing. Because it's not their job or response, and it's none of their business. The kids need to stay in a child's place. You know what I mean? And too many kids now, because I grew up where I stressed, I was the parent to my parents, right? My mother and grandmother. Let's keep that a buck, okay? And that was very stressful to worry about two households all the time. Or even when I was a child, worrying about my mother. Was she going to wake up? Like, it's too much on a kid. No kid should ever stress about financial things, or all they need to focus on is schoolwork, right? And now, like, these kids, they want to be the next YouTuber star. They don't want to go to college. They want it's kind of like a drug dealer. So if your child said, I want to be a drug dealer because it's fast and easy money, you look at that and be like, no, the hell you're not. But it's the same thing as a kid saying, I want to be a content creator. Not that it can't happen. I'm not saying that. But they're looking at fast and easy money. And it's by luck. It doesn't happen to everybody. And if it does happen, it's only going to last but so long. Then what are they going to do with their life? And these kids nowadays, it's all about material things. Even like I see this Christmas and stuff. Like, what? If you're struggling, then don't buy your kids nothing for Christmas. Get them some stocking stuff. Listen, if they don't understand that there's bills or what the case may be, then maybe you got your kids a little bit too materialistic. And maybe you need to sit down and have a chat with them. It's like, that's the thing. Now, listen, the reason why I was not a perfect parent. I think I was too strict on my children. And we can go into that in another video. All right, we can talk about it now. But that's why it's like, learn from me is why I preach now, right? Because I had that mom guilt. Okay, so I would buy my kids all of this stuff. That's why my kids thought they were middle class, because I felt guilty. One, I felt bad because we were living in the projects. Two, they didn't have a father in their life. Three, like, so many things I bought to make them happy, and I felt then it made me happy, like, oh, maybe this will take away from this, or what have you, or I was in a bad marriage, so maybe that's stupid stuff. I heard Lexi one time, we were still living in the projects, and this what's made me stop. I heard her say to her friends, she had like a new iPad, or I don't know, whatever the new thing is without. This was years ago. Lexi's 24 now, and I heard her out the window say, "Well, I'm spoiled. I have everything. I get everything I want." What? She was bragging about stuff she had. So then that's when I realized, no, I'm raising my kids differently. Like, no. And that's when I stopped. I started taking my kids to see the poor. Okay, I started taking my kids to feed the homeless. Well, we're making a big pots of rice and different things and taking it to the homeless, to people sleeping outside. I'm taking my kids to the churches, to the homeless shelters. Before we had Thanksgiving, when my kids were I didn't first thing in the morning wake up, put a turkey. No. You know what we did? We went and fed people that didn't have. I wanted to teach my kids. Christmas, they didn't wake up and open up their gifts. No. We went to church and different things. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot that I started doing differently with my children because they were becoming materialistic, like my daughter thinking she was too good to shop at Walmart. No, we were poor. We were poverty level. Do you know what I mean? Then there was a point where I was so strict that what happens is when you're too strict, once they get 18 or get out of the house, they start going buck wild. You know what I mean? Or, now thank God I didn't have that experience, but I had to where I look back at it like, God, I was so strict that, like, it's okay to have fun and not everything has to be, well, I believe in schedule. Okay, even on the weekends, my kids had to wake up at a certain time. My kids had to they didn't sleep in and all that. Like, you know, I did believe in schedule and all of that. And I still believe in that. I don't believe kids should wake up whenever they want and all. No, you put them on a schedule because what happens when they start getting older and going to work? You're on a schedule then. They won't get used to it. You know, you got to get them into that where they want to get up early and stuff, right? And you know, like little things I look at like, gosh, I was so hard on him. And why? When we could have just had, I don't know. There are some things I would have took back, like so different. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So it has to be like that happy medium, you know. And I am not judging anybody for how they raise their kids. I'm saying, because I was not a perfect mother. I mean, I think I did all right. My kids turned out good, but there's something going on with this generation that these kids are just buck wilding. I mean, the way that they talk to their parents, like they have no fear of God. The Bible is not even being taught. I think once, like even schools, when they take out different things, like you can't even say Merry Christmas or what. Once things are taken out of schools and out of homes, that's when everything's good. And I'm not trying to be religious and all this, and because I'm not like what you call religious, and I'm not Catholic. A lot of people think I am not Catholic. I'm Christian, but I am that. I don't know how to pronounce it. You know, like I don't say I'm Baptist, this, and this. I just believe what I believe. I'm just a Christian, you know. And it just breaks my heart. Like I'm going from topic to topic because there's so much I'm thinking about. Like it breaks my heart now. Like even kids 3-4 years old, you ask them about Christmas and the first thing they bring up is Santa Claus. And it breaks my heart. Not when Jesus was born. And yet, let's be real. Was he born on December 25th? No. The Bible doesn't say what month and when he was born. The way that it talks, in my opinion, I think it was more around September, but the Bible doesn't say when. Okay, it's just a date that we just celebrate, you know, what have you. But it's like, and then, I mean, I can get on about why there's gifts and all of that, because when Jesus was born, you know, they gave, you know, I can go on and on, but I'm not going to get all into that. But it's like, so many things are being taken out of the household. And, you know, I hear a lot of people also say, well, because there's no fathers, which is true. Because my kids didn't have their fathers in their life. And I think 2-parent homes makes a difference. But a lot of these school shooters came from 2 white, middle-class, 2-parent homes. So what is the issue? A lot of times now, because of economical stuff, both parents have to work. They're not home with their children. They're not taking their kids to church or teaching them the Bible or what have you. They don't know what they're doing on social media. You know, it's like, oh, go in your room, go do, you know, they're not searching their room. How did this 15-year-old girl get a gun? How did she get a gun? Like, what is going on? How do you not know that they're so angry or something's going on? Like, I don't understand it. And it just breaks my heart. I hate that. And I think it's the school's fault too. Schools, and I know it's a financial thing. I understand that. But if we're giving millions and trillions and billions of dollars to other countries, then we can give money to schools to get at least metal detectors. to get at least one security guard walking that's right in the front or what have you. Stop having glass doors, all metal doors. Have a belt thing where you have to beep to get in and where they see you and you have to share your license. Make sure all the outside doors are locked. You know, and it's sad. When I was young, I was about 13, and my grandmother said to me, you know, one day there's not going to be any schools. The kids aren't going to go to school. And I'm like, yeah, right. She said, well, it's not going to be in my lifetime. She died at almost 92 years old, you know, 6 years ago. February will be 6 years. So she said this many, many, many years ago, right? Because I'm 48. When I was 13, how long? That was, what, 30-something years ago. And she's right. Because I tell you what, if I was raising my kids would be homeschooling. I would be homeschooling my children. And I think that's going to happen more often. I would be scared to send my kids or my grandkids to school. You know, I remember sending my kids to school and I knew they were safe. I mean, yeah, were there accidents where they fall and get hurt and all of that? Absolutely. Did kids get bullied and all that? Did they get into fights? Absolutely. Okay. But you weren't allowed to have a cell phone. Well, before cell phones, you know, like if you would get detention or whatever, you weren't allowed to have your cell phone. You couldn't bring it to school. None of that stuff. Now it's so different. I don't know. It hurts my heart, and I don't know how to fix it. How do we fix all these school shootings and everything? How do we fix it? And we can start by making the schools more safer. And that's bullshit. We don't have enough money. Like, what the hell's going on in New Jersey with these drones? I live in Jersey. Now, why aren't they talking about this? If I can find the video, I'll put it here.
Look at him spraying. Look at that. Look at that. He is spraying the sky again. Bro, this is crazy, man. Look at this guy. They're spraying the skies. Look, he just sprayed that. This guy. This guy just sprayed that.
What is the liquid? In my opinion, I believe it's military that is practicing and whatever, because you have to. If it was somebody from a threat, the military would have shot it down. You know that. Because they're not talking or anything like that, that's why you say the government knows exactly what they are. I believe they're testing something. But what the hell is it? I was okay until stuff started spraying down. Maybe, is that why I was sick over the weekend? I don't know. But like all of this is like, what the hell's going on? You know? All right, I guess I'll get off of here because I went from one thing to another, but it just upsets me about these kids. And Isaiah just graduated high school. He's only 20. He graduated in 2022. Even then, he was a senior in high school. And when it was his bedtime, he had to be in his room by 10. He wasn't allowed to have a cell phone or anything in his room. His iPad, his cell phone, everything had to be out. He was not allowed to go to sleep. Why do you need your cell phone when you're going to sleep? You have to have some type of control over your kid. And you can't wait until they're 16 because then they're off the hook. But, you know, you just have to know what they're doing. Check their room. Even if they're at school, search their room. Stop with this, they need their privacy. No, they don't. No, they don't. You know? It's just, we got to get more involved. Spend more time. You know, even if it's just one-on-one. Watch a movie. Go in their room. Even if it's just for an hour. And that one-on-one time. Show that you love them. Ask them how they are. There's families, they don't even eat dinner anymore together. Are you kidding me? They don't even cook. They order out and all this type of stuff. No, you eat dinner together, or unless they're working and all that, you know, that's different, you know, but I still cook, and then I make their plates, put it in the refrigerator, and when they come home from work, they eat it, or what have you. But that's not even a thing anymore, because everybody's on their phone, and if you're at the table, there should be no electronics. Ask them, how was your day today? Every time Isaiah and Tyler get home from work, I say, how was your day? How are you doing? How's this? What, you know, all of that, every single day. Same thing with Lexi. What do you need? Do you need, whatever the case may be, you know? And again, I ain't perfect. Understand that. I am not saying that. I'm going to stop because, like I said, I don't want to offend anybody. Well, this is just my opinion, what I feel is what is wrong. Let me know what you think. What do you think is happening? Why do you think there's so many school shootings now and there are children that are doing this? Why? What do you think? And do you think we can stop it? What do you think is going on? What do you think we can do at home to help? I really would love to know your opinion. And please, no judgment. If you see somebody in the comments you don't agree with, that's their opinion. I really want to know. This stuff needs to be talked about more. And people don't talk about it because either they think it's too political or they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want people to unsubscribe from them. People say it's drama, but that's the issue. Too many people are doing it, but are complaining. No, we need to talk about this and keep it going. Just like racism needs to be talked about more. So many other things. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Tomorrow we have some ripping and running to do. And so we'll be doing that because I don't have to film anything. So, and I like to do a walk and talk. It's going to be nice tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. But it's starting to get dark out. So I'm going to get off of here. But please thumbs up this video. It really does help me out. Don't forget I have my other channels, my beauty channel, Just Dan, if you want to know how I do this makeup look and how I do my little ponytails. Also, I have my new channel, Just Dan, if you like live streams. And yeah, don't forget to leave a comment. Commenting really helps out with engagement, even if it's just an emoji. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of your character. Do as I say, not as I do. Bye, guys. Oh, I'm gonna get myself in trouble one day. Yes, I am. Bye.